So, what challenges did you face in creating this Dragon Ball world, from all the TV shows and the books, etc., onto the big screen?
Well, the biggest challenge probably is trying to condense a incredibly rich manga into a 2-hour movie. There are so many. I'm sure there are so many fans that have characters that they loved, and they're saying to themselves, "How come this guy's not in the movie?" Or "How come this?" But you don't have. We only have a certain amount of time. We also wanted to, present this movie to people who aren't familiar with Dragon Ball, and to allow them the accessibility to watch it, understand what's going on, and hopefully love it so much that they'll go back and read the mangas.
Were you a big fan of? I mean, did you follow it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not know too much about Dragon Ball before I was introduced to it by Fox, but they did send me before I started. They sent me the mangas, and after reading them, I became a really big fan.
So, what aspects of the original story will we find in the movie?
Well, I think.
What's brand new,
Oh, well, the characters, of course, are from the original manga, but the movie itself is pretty new in terms of the story, because we had to sort of find a way for the audience to connect to this world without throwing them in the deep end at the beginning, So we created a story that doesn't really exist in the mangas, and follow Goku's sort of discovery of himself and how he became a hero through the movie.
Do you think people can relate to Goku?
I think so, because Goku at his heart is this really, really nice, innocent, open person. And I think, I'm attracted to people like that. And I think people want those kind of people to be able to succeed. I think most people want to feel like that's who they are.
He's a bit of an outcast, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit of an outcast, but at his heart, he's a very genuine person.
Can you talk about the casting? I mean, it's a great international cast, actually. Can you talk how that came together, and how difficult was it to find Goku?
It was a really difficult. It was really difficult to cast this movie, because I wanted a very multicultural and cast. I think that's what the Dragon Ball world really is. It has, it's a world that doesn't look at race or the boundary lines that we create to be in the world. I mean, the world embraces everybody. So it was not only do I want the multicultural cast, I wanted the characters had to sort of fit into the characters they were in a manga, at least the characteristics of who they were, So we went all over the world to cast this movie, and it took us a long time, but I think it was well worth it.
And there's a character, Super Saiyan, who wasn't in this movie, but will we see him in future installments?
If there is a future installment, I'm sure that's who we'll see.
So has the script been written, or?
There have been scripts.
The cast seem to think there has been. They're like, oh, we've read it, or they're all on board.
They have. I know that Fox has had scripts written. There are sort of the Dragon Ball Z version of the Dragon Ball movies. So we'll see whether we ever get a chance to make them.
Can you talk about, for people who don't know, who are not familiar with the story, like myself, it was very new to me. Like, what are the 7 balls? What do they represent?
Well, I don't know if they represented any specific. Each ball represented any specific things. I know that altogether, I think they represent sort of a wish for the ability to it's a wish fulfillment object, almost like a genie in a lamp. I think it represents the opportunity to change something that, as small as get a better boyfriend, yeah. Which is in the manga what Bulma wants. Yeah. Which is quite important. To being able to change the world.
Okay, my last question to you is, if you had one wish, what would that be?
Oh my God, that's so hard.
You can be selfish, it's fine.
I know. You know, everybody wants to say, hey, I want world peace and all that. But I think I would love to be able to fly. That's what I want to do.
Great. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.